A lot of fantastic games have been released in the past couple of years. Even more have been released in the last decade or so. So many incredible games have been idolized, held up as classics, immortalized by their legacy. But for you, I've got a brand new, fast-paced, blood-boiling, nuts-quaking FPS classic. Allow me to introduce to you Ultrakill.
Trust me, when you fire this game up, your little fucking nuts are gonna start quaking, buddy. You're gonna shoot!
Ultrakill is by far one of my favorite action games of recent times, and I do not say that lightly. Growing up on some of the most popular and well-received games of honestly any generation, I feel pretty confident saying that I know my way around video games, regardless of the genre. And Ultrakill, while having so much of what makes those games great, feels like a truly unique experience, pumping all of those components to their absolute max. Mankind is dead. Blood is fuel. Hell is full. Created by mankind, the robots run on blood, waging war on their human creators to continue their lifespan. After all humans have been killed, you play as V1, a robot venturing through the layers of hell as a way to obtain more blood. Lending itself to purposefully outdated graphics mixed with fluid, fast-paced gameplay, Ultrakill is absolutely oozing with style from start to finish. Although still in early access, the amount of content in Ultrakill and the amount of fun I had while working my way through it does not by any means reflect that. The game is split into what will be 3 acts, Act 2 just releasing relatively recently. Before even starting Act 2, I had 15 hours in this game. 15. While a lot of that time is due to replaying levels, that alone should show how much fun I had with it. Beyond the surface level content, there are hidden objectives, secret weapons, secret bosses, and several game modes. Here is your official spoiler warning. I highly urge you to play through this game, so if at any point this looks entertaining to you, by all means, I encourage you to buy it, because it deserves it. The devs absolutely deserve the support, and you absolutely deserve the experience. Since the game will be split into 3 acts, in this video I'll cover the first act and the secrets that come along with it. In the second video I'll cover the second act, and eventually when the third act releases I will make another video covering that act along with all its intricacies and secrets and all that. You finally stop falling. You begin snaking through the dimly lit ventilation system as light music plays in the background. In a grayscale room appears a revolver perched on a pedestal. You approach the pedestal, picking up the revolver, and action. You work your way through chaotic levels, learning to parry projectiles, which is so fucking satisfying. You get your hands on a shotgun, again blasting your way through countless demons, and you reach the gates, being met with this universe's Cerberus, hulking statues that take plenty of hits and can take you out in just 2. After eventually beating these 2, you venture into the first layer of hell, Limbo. Limbo is in some ways very beautiful. As the name suggests, it's a sort of neutral zone with beautiful scenery, often transitioning to the typical hellish features with fire and lava and such. If you take the time to gaze out into the surrounding landscape, you'll see, well, Limbo, a vast prison of hopeless nothing. The first level introduces the nail gun, which is essentially just a minigun, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but each weapon has different variants and alternate fires, which I'll cover at some point. Carry on through the level where you'll learn the skull mechanics. Simple but effective, you have to find the corresponding skull to each pedestal. Doing this leads you to the next area where you'll plow through groups of enemies and reach the red skull. You exit the way you came, and there you are, standing atop level 2 of Limbo, where the area you started in is in flames. There's not much noteworthy here, just some challenging rooms and some good fights. The third level sucks. So this game is hard, and it's often hardest when you least expect it. It will come out of nowhere, it will punch you 36 times in the gut, and then it'll shoot you twice in the head just for good measure. Before deciding to even make this video, I played through all of Ultrakill 2 full times. Then I decided to go for all the secrets and the best ratings, which I had to play just about every level close to 4 or 5 times for. So I have a lot of experience, but I just kept dying. Granted, I did play this on the hardest difficulty for this playthrough, but that's besides the point. Anyways, once you finish this shit room, you'll move on to the boss, which is hideous mass. Hideous Mask comes back as a normal enemy later, just like Cerberus does, so you don't have to like him, but you do have to respect him. And he is easily one of my least favorite enemies. I honestly couldn't even tell you why, or what he even does. I just really don't like him. Anyways, you'll kill him eventually, hopefully, and you'll move on to Limbo 4. You venture through the castle you'll find yourself in, and pick up skulls to open up the big door. By doing a little bit of exploration, you'll find a book which reveals some troubling truths of the world. The text details the mocking tune, Clair de Lune, which is constantly playing and is also the title of the stage, and the tormenting faces that the skulls bear. The author, which I assume to be this guy, says he has hidden the skulls, asking for forgiveness from Gabriel. You find the skulls, catching a glimpse of something red fly past you in the meantime. You head for the door, being met with a red robot that looks almost identical to you. Its name is V2. So, like I said earlier, I've played this game a lot, and spoilers, you'll have a little run-in with V2 later. So, I have fought this guy a lot, and this boss absolutely fucking bodied me. I mean, straight up, balls to the wall, it wasn't even close, like so many times. Essentially, V2 is just you. It has your guns, your movement, and it is really goddamn fast. When you hopefully beat it, it will take its leave and fly right up the ceiling, dropping you a new arm. With this one, when you punch, it'll create a huge shotgun blast thing, and it's pretty cool. With this, you have the ability to cycle between the shotgun arm and the parry arm. The second section of Act 1 is Lust. Lust embodies a vast cityscape lit by neon lights and cool colors like blue, pinks, and purple. I did a tiny little bit of research, and it said that blue is typically the symbolic color of lust, with other shades and similar colors representing corresponding ideas like trust and loyalty. These ideas will make more sense in a minute. As you journey through Lust, you'll fight mostly similar enemies with a few new ones mixed in. You'll see a hulking figure shrouded in darkness watching over the land in every stage, if you look hard enough. And the second stage is where things get a little interesting. You find another book, like the one at the end of Limbo, again detailing a figure named Gabriel. This Gabriel is said to have struck down the ruler of the Lust Layer, whose name was King Minos. The people loved Minos, but in Gabriel's eyes, his style of ruling was unjust. The irony of Minos' ruling was that he transformed Lust into a sort of utopia. Seeing as it is one of the layers of hell, Gabriel, who is known as God's will and one of the most powerful of his angels, was sent to hell to kill Minos. The colors I said would make sense in a minute, but only if you agree with my interpretation, I guess. Because the colors that engulf Lust are symbolic of loyalty and trust, I believe that this lends to the idea that the people in the layer were content with how Minos ruled it. Also in this stage, you'll get the electric railgun, this game's powerhouse gun, sort of like the equivalent to the BFG in Doom. The third stage is great, with some challenging rooms, but nothing of huge story significance or anything. In Lust's final stage, you'll embark on a railway, venturing through a steel complex trying to find a way out. In one of the tunnels, the lights dim ominously, and a massive hand appears out of the darkness. This mini-boss is pretty simple. You'll dodge the shockwaves that the hand sends out, and pretty much just lay into it. After doing enough damage, the hand pulls away, and you'll move forward and you'll find a red skull. Upon placing it on the pedestal, the roof is ripped off and the enormous husk of King Minos stands in front of you. This fight is actually very fun. I think every fight in this game is, but this one is not overly challenging, but it is challenging enough that it's not too easy. The overall difficulty is, of course, a product of my own choices, but the fight against Minos is fairly simple. You blast bullets into him while you dodge his hands and his projectiles. The reason he's called the corpse of King Minos at the top here is because, after being struck down by Gabriel, his husk was controlled by these little parasitic worms in his eyes, which will launch projectiles you can reflect in the second stage. Once you finish Minos, his lifeless skull drops down onto the arena, revealing the door out of Lust. The final layer of Act 1 is Gluttony. I love Gluttony. Overall, it is short and sweet, but that does not draw from its status as the finale of the first act in the slightest. The environment is absolutely nauseating. From the bloodied walls to the bones connecting the masses of land, even to the stomach acid, this is a perfect representation of Gluttony, essentially just resembling a massive, grimy stomach. Although the last two layers were definitely hellish, this is your first sure sign that you're in hell. Massive eyes embedded into the walls follow you as you slide through the darkness. The first stage is a flawless introduction to this layer. In the second stage, there are no enemies. You work your way through the sickening passages accompanied by a deep voice reprimanding you, telling you to turn back. This voice, you soon find out, is none other than Gabriel himself. He appears in a fleshy arena as Gabriel, Judge of Hell, a title he earned after dethroning Minos and ending the renaissance of the Lust Layer. Gabriel is a fucking bitch to fight. His first stage is not too bad, he does a lot of damage, but in comparison to his second stage, his attacks are relatively slow and easy to dodge. Do they look slow? No, but let me show you his second stage. He gets a whole lot faster, some new attacks, and overall can just kill you pretty much instantly. Eventually, after taking him down, Gabriel leaves, swearing to return. After descending into the pit following Gabriel's defeat, you are treated to a sort of cutscene where he is punished for his failure. The Council, a group of angels pretty much in charge of the universe following God's disappearance, decides Gabriel's fate. If he does not right his wrong in 24 hours, they will rend the holy light from Gabriel's body, essentially killing him and removing his source of power. On to the secrets. All right, we'll do this quick. We'll run through them. We'll get this over with. By finding a secret skull in stage 2 of the Prelude, you can open a door to the first secret mission, which is called Something Wicked. In Something Wicked, you will be in a dark complex lit by only the skull in your hand. There is no music, only the sound of your own footsteps and a low drone accompanied by occasional screams. The closer the monster gets to you, the louder these will be. By finding the skulls to open the doors out, you can escape, beating Something Wicked. At the end, you'll find a terminal with a message called Testament 1. In Limbo, by tossing a coin into the fountain in the first level, you can complete the level in under 10 seconds and also gain access to Limbo's secret level, the Witless. This level is slightly less exciting than the first, consisting of several back-to-back puzzle rooms with another testament at the end. Also, it's a direct reference to the 2016 puzzle game The Witness. Also in Limbo, you can find slabs on each level that act as buttons. By hitting all of them, you can open a door on the final stage, giving you access to an alternate version of the revolver that you've probably seen me use throughout this video. The first level of the Lust Layer has 69 enemies. The name of the final level of the Lust Layer is a reference to the King Crimson song and album Court of the Crimson King. By breaking electrical boxes similar to those found in the second level, it allows you to reach the secret level, titled All Imperfect Love Song. You are effectively baited into thinking this is going to be another scary level, but then, of course, it's this. In the first level of Gluttony, you can find a door with a bunch of P's on it. This door will take you to the first unique secret boss. To open the door, you must receive a P rank on every level in Act 1, effectively mastering them. You'll descend a spiral staircase and upon reaching the bottom, begin a boss fight. In this fight, you'll blast away at a massive fleshy object called the Flesh Prison, shooting the eyes it spawns to prevent it from healing back to full. Upon breaking it, you'll reveal the soul of King Minos. Minos is literally just like a fucking anime character or something. He is so annoying. He teleports around the arena, kicking you and monologuing literally the whole time. This is one of the most fun yet challenging fights in the game, and definitely my personal favorite, as is a lot of people. And I honestly think he's probably one of the best bosses in any game I've ever played. I love it, and it's not actually frustrating, even a little bit. Guys, thank you so much for watching if you stuck around this long, and I just wanted to say hi to all the new subscribers, whether that's from the last video or this video. We're really glad to have you, and thanks for watching. Again, another thing I wanted to thank everyone for the support in the last video. It really meant a lot to me, and I honestly never expected it, so thank you, because I couldn't be happier about it, so thanks. Another thing, thank you to Hakita, the Ultrakill dev, for allowing me to use his music. I DM'd him a couple of weeks ago and he said it was cool, which was great. Another surprise. But yeah, so the second part should be coming within the next 2 to 4 weeks is my projection, but maybe it could be sooner, but I will give updates as they come. So one last time, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.